Have you ever wondered why being alone feels better after being with people? Some people don't avoid others. They avoid what gets left behind. Not silence, not loneliness. The emotional weight that clings to you like static after every conversation. You carry this truth quietly because the world is quick to misunderstand it. They see someone who slips away early from gatherings and whisper that you're distant. They don't see the quiet storm inside you, the way your mind reads the emotional temperature of a room before others even register it. Every interaction leaves something behind, a mood, a tension, an unspoken feeling. Most people don't notice it, but you feel it immediately, like your mind is carrying extra weight. Picture this. A friend vents about their job. Hours later, you're still feeling their stress, even though it wasn't your problem. Their anxiety transferred to you like heat from a flame. For you, being alone isn't empty. It's the only place where nothing gets stuck in your head, like stepping into a warm shadow that finally fits the shape of your soul. These people don't choose solitude because they hate people. They choose it because their inner world is highly responsive. Other people's feelings rub off quickly, and they stay longer. Maybe it started years ago, before you even had words for it. A child sitting at the edge of a noisy living room, feeling everything too intensely. You learned early that emotions are contagious, and silence becomes a kind of shelter. Distance isn't running away. It's how you feel like yourself again. If you've ever wondered why hanging out feels fine, but draining after, this next part explains it. Absorbing emotions. Psychologists call this emotional absorption. Your nervous system doesn't just hear feelings. It soaks them up. Stress hits you fast. Excitement gets too intense. Worry doesn't stop when the conversation ends. Here's what's interesting. People who seem distant often feel things more deeply than everyone else. Studies show some people's brains process emotions 30% more intensely than average. They're not cold. They're overwhelmed. So when they pull away, it's not rejection. It's them protecting their peace. Your emotional antenna picks up signals others miss. Tension before a word is spoken. Disappointment that never makes it into a sentence. The shift in someone's energy even when they smile. This isn't imagination. It's perception. And perception, when constant, becomes weight. Getting back to normal. What matters most to you is getting back to baseline. Back to yourself. Think of it like your phone battery. Being around people drains it, not because people are bad, but because processing emotions takes energy. Being alone is how you recharge. Without it, you're running on empty all day. Your brain doesn't just need rest. It needs to reset itself, like a snow globe settling after being shaken. Calm, clear, like yourself again. That's why you disappear after big social events. You're not avoiding connection. You're letting your nervous system breathe. 3 signs this is you. 1. You need a full day to recover after hanging out, even if you had fun. 2. You can feel when something's off in a room before anyone says anything. 3. Small talk feels exhausting, like you're forcing yourself through mud. If that sounds familiar, there's more you need to understand. 3. Choosing quality. You treat who you spend time with like food. Not everything is good for you. Not everything should be consumed. Fewer people, deeper talks, more space in between. You grow restless when conversations feel shallow, as if your mind is starving in a garden without water. Your peace comes from stillness, the way a forest regains itself after a storm. Too much noise makes it hard to think clearly. Being alone keeps your mind sharp. The shadow side. But here's what most people don't realize. The same traits that protect you can slowly, quietly begin to isolate you if you're not careful. When silence becomes too familiar, it can turn from sanctuary into a wall. A beautiful wall, a peaceful wall, but a wall nonetheless. You want to be known, but you're terrified of being seen. So instead of risking intimacy, you choose the familiar rhythm of being alone, even when it aches. Societal misunderstanding. Society worships noise, constant motion, nonstop connection, personalities that shine outward like spotlights. So when you choose silence or space, people assume something is wrong. They treat your inner life like a malfunction they need to fix. But if you look across history, the monks who walked alone through forests, the philosophers who wrote by candlelight, solitude was never weakness. It was clarity, a discipline, a path that noise could never give. Healing and growth. Healing for someone like you doesn't mean becoming more social. It means learning that your solitude doesn't have to protect you from the world. It can coexist with connection, gently, slowly, on your own terms. You don't need to fling your doors open. You simply crack the window. Over time, you discover that asking for help doesn't erase your strength. That choosing companionship doesn't diminish your love for solitude. The heart doesn't have to choose between silence and connection. You keep your quiet, your depth, your inner sanctuary. But now there are a few chairs inside it instead of just one. There's a beauty in being someone who feels more than they can explain. Someone who has learned to sit with their own thoughts the way others sit with friends. It takes strength to be this way. A quiet strength that grows like roots beneath the surface, holding everything together even when no one is watching. Your solitude is not a weakness to outgrow. It's a wisdom to understand, a sanctuary to protect. If being alone feels like relief to you, nothing's wrong with you. You're not avoiding people. You're simply among the few who know how to hear the world without losing the sound of your own soul.